did just that. I'm joined here by Jalal Abu Khater. He's a Palestinian writer. Do you know Shireen?
Shireen is a figure. I would describe her as the first celebrity who ever entered my life, that ever inspired me as a young child. I knew Shireen, I first met her when I was 7 years old, actually. I never knew any football star as an idol or a movie star as an idol. Shireen Abu Aqleh was the person on TV who I knew her name, I knew her face, I would see her every day. She was an idol. That went as far to the level, like I was collecting a scrapbook in the second Intifada as a young child, and I remember I had pictures of the incursions in the West Bank and all the events that were going on. I saw once a small, like maybe 2 centimeters, small picture of Shireen as a face profile. I just got it out from a magazine and stuck it on the front page of my scrapbook. She meant a lot to me as a child, and I think on that occasion, I think my dad introduced me to Shireen. My dad is a journalist as well. I was a very shy young child, and I still remember that moment when we met in Al-Muqata, on the rubble of the Al-Muqata, when it was besieged by the Israeli occupation forces.
This is the presidential headquarters.
Yes, Al-Muqata is the presidential headquarters, which was besieged and attacked by the Israeli forces in 2002. I insisted on going with my dad to see with my own eyes what I saw on TV, what Shireen and others were reporting from in Ramallah and elsewhere in the West Bank. I was there, I saw the smashed cars, I saw the shelling, the effect of the shelling in Al-Muqata. And then my dad, actually, as a colleague, he called on Shireen, like, Shireen, meet my son, Jalal. He has a picture of you in his scrapbook. And I was very embarrassed at that moment, but at the same time, I felt this towering figure enter my life as a real person. And the time went on to a level where just last year, me and her were reporting in Jerusalem side by side. We were together in Damascus Gate. I always felt protected by her presence. I felt when I'm standing by Shireen, I won't be attacked as brutally. I will feel safe. I felt she was a mentor as a budding journalist, as a young journalist. And
because you've been attacked before.
Yes, I've been attacked in Jerusalem. Jerusalem as a Palestinian, you're always a target, and being a journalist does not make things easier for a Jerusalemite, a Palestinian. We're not foreigners, we're Palestinians, and we're in Jerusalem. So when we were reporting, I felt her figure being next to me as a protection from the brutality of the Israeli forces at Damascus Gate, in Sheikh Jarrah, and elsewhere. We were together as colleagues, even though she entered my life 20 years ago as a TV celebrity, in my view. We became colleagues in a later time in life, and we became. I still cannot process what happened today. I have no words for what happened. I cannot believe I woke up to see the news, and it took me an hour to say it must be a mistake. It cannot be real. This person the first celebrity I've known in my whole life, inspired me to become what I am in many ways. This strong and beautiful spirit. I really cannot understand how this would be.
Jalal, you also use social media to write, to tell stories of people. How do you think this story should be carried out to the world? Do you expect anything? Do you expect that she will find justice?
Shireen is not the first, and unfortunately won't be the last Palestinian to be killed by this Israeli occupation regime, this Israeli apartheid regime. We have known so much loss as Palestinians. We mourn, and we are always mourning every loss. We are grieving every loss. At the same time, no loss numbs our feelings. We are always shocked. We're always taken to a shock at what happens. Every day we are shocked again and again and again. And as long as this Israeli occupation and apartheid continues, we will be shocked. We will be reacting angrily. We will be grieving for our losses. But at the same time, we will still believe together that Palestine will be free at some point.
Justice? Do you expect justice?
I do not expect justice. Just last year, Israel bombed the offices of Al-Jazeera and Associated Press. They always attack journalists. 55 journalists since 2000 killed by Israel. In one war on Gaza in 2014, over a dozen Palestinian journalists were targeted and killed because of their work in journalism. Al Jazeera was targeted repeatedly. I saw what goes on in Jerusalem. I do not think this will be the end of Israeli attacks on journalists. This won't be the last attack on journalism in Palestine. They will do whatever they can to cover up those who expose the crimes. And I'm just super saddened that Shireen, our idol, is the latest victim of this Israeli aggression.
Thank you so much, Jalal. I know it's not easy for you to talk about that. As he mentioned,